You sit down to focus. Just one task. Just a few minutes of concentration. But before you even begin, your hand reaches for your phone. A quick check, just for a second. Then suddenly you are scrolling. One video becomes 5. 5 minutes become 30. And the task you wanted to finish slowly disappears into the background. Sound familiar? The frightening part is not that this happens sometimes. The frightening part is how normal it has become. Most people can no longer sit alone with their thoughts without needing stimulation. Silence feels uncomfortable. Stillness feels empty. And focus, the ability that once built civilizations, books, inventions, and great minds, is slowly disappearing. Tonight we are going to talk about why your attention is collapsing and who benefits from it. Your mind was never designed for this much stimulation. Every day you consume more information than people in the past consumed in weeks. Notifications, short videos, messages, advertisements, opinions, headlines. Your brain jumps constantly from one thing to another without rest. And over time, this changes the way you think. Deep focus becomes difficult. Patience becomes weaker. You begin craving speed, novelty, and instant reward. Even moments of quiet start feeling unbearable. This is not because you are lazy. It is because your attention has been trained to avoid stillness. Think about how often you interrupt yourself. You start watching something, then open another app. You begin reading, then suddenly check notifications. You try to focus, but your mind keeps searching for stimulation. This constant switching weakens your ability to stay present. Your attention becomes fragmented. And when attention becomes fragmented, your thinking becomes fragmented too. You may still feel busy all day, but deep down, you know something is wrong. You are consuming more, but understanding less. Doing more, but finishing less. The modern world profits from your distraction. Every second of your attention has value. Platforms compete for it. Algorithms study your behavior, learning what keeps you scrolling, clicking, reacting. And the longer you stay distracted, the more profitable you become. This is why everything feels designed to pull you away from yourself. Your focus is no longer protected. It is constantly under attack. And most people never notice it happening. They think they are choosing freely while their attention is quietly being controlled. Stoic thinkers understood something powerful long before smartphones existed. Whatever controls your attention controls your life. Because your attention shapes your thoughts, your actions, and eventually your character. If your mind is constantly distracted, your life becomes reactive. You stop choosing intentionally. You begin living automatically. And this is dangerous because a distracted mind is easier to influence, easier to manipulate, and easier to control. This is why silence feels uncomfortable now. The moment nothing is happening, your mind immediately searches for stimulation. You reach for your phone without thinking, not because you need information, but because your brain fears stillness. Stillness forces you to face your thoughts, your emotions, your unfinished problems. Distraction protects you from confronting them, but it also keeps you trapped. Because anything you constantly avoid eventually gains power over you. The Stoics practice the opposite. They train themselves to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it. They valued stillness because stillness creates clarity. When the noise disappears, you begin to hear your own thoughts again. You notice what truly matters. You become less reactive and more intentional. But this kind of mental discipline is becoming rare. Most people are overstimulated from the moment they wake up until the moment they sleep. And overstimulation changes your relationship with effort. Simple tasks begin feeling difficult. Reading becomes harder. Long conversations feel exhausting. Your brain becomes used to fast rewards and constant novelty, so anything slow or demanding starts feeling boring. But boredom is not the enemy. In many cases, boredom is the beginning of focus. It is the moment right before your mind settles down. Yet most people never stay long enough to experience that. Think about the last time you sat in silence without touching your phone. No music, no scrolling, no background noise, just your thoughts. For many people, that feels uncomfortable within minutes, and that discomfort reveals something important. Your mind has lost its ability to rest without stimulation. You are no longer controlling your attention. Your attention is controlling you. But this can change. Attention is like a muscle. The more scattered it becomes, the weaker it feels. But the more you train it, the stronger it grows. Every moment you resist distraction, you rebuild focus. Every time you stay present instead of escaping, you strengthen your mind. Small choices repeated daily begin changing the way your brain functions. Start noticing how often you interrupt yourself. Notice how quickly you reach for stimulation when things become quiet or difficult. Awareness is the first step, because you cannot control patterns you refuse to see. Most people stay trapped not because they are incapable of change, but because they never observe their own behavior carefully enough. Then begin creating moments of intentional silence. Walk without your phone. Sit without background noise. Focus on one task without switching constantly. At first, your mind will resist. It will crave stimulation. That is normal. You are undoing years of conditioning. But over time, your focus begins returning. Slowly, quietly, powerfully. And when your attention returns, something else returns with it. Clarity. You begin thinking more deeply. You become less reactive. You stop feeling pulled in every direction, because your mind is no longer overwhelmed by constant noise. Instead of being controlled by endless distraction, you regain the ability to direct your own thoughts. This is what real mental strength looks like in the modern world. Not endless productivity, not constant stimulation, but the ability to remain focused in a world designed to distract you. Because the person who controls their attention controls their life, and the person who loses their attention slowly loses themselves. So the next time you feel the urge to reach for your phone, pause for a moment. Ask yourself if you are choosing that action consciously or automatically, because every moment of awareness strengthens your mind. Protect your attention, train your focus, and take control back from the distractions competing for your life. If this message helped you think more clearly, make sure you subscribe, because subscribing is free, and the next lesson might arrive exactly when you need it most.